Okay.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 47 of the Best Day Ever Crafting Podcast. This is a podcast about our crafting journey and celebrating and sharing with you all the reasons why crafting every day makes for the best day ever. My name is Trish, and I can be found on Instagram and Ravelry as Tie-Dye Diva.
Hello, my name is Arthella, and I can be found on Instagram and Ravelry as Eris Knits.
Yes, so welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
If this is your first time here, an extra special welcome. As we mentioned, this is a podcast about the crafting we enjoy doing. And we've been hosting a make-along for the past 17 weeks, pretty much ever since the pandemic hit, trying to instill some confidence and hope through crafting. And we've been having a really good time doing that. So I hope you enjoy what we have to share with you today. But before we get into the making, let's do a little bit of admin. And as I mentioned, we're going into week 17. So we have a prize to draw for week 16.
Yes, so week 16's prize was is a pin cushion that Arthella I made for you. It's a Charlie Harper print. I'm assembled it by hand using a embroidery hoop, some scrap fabric, and some polyfill, along with a set of glass head pins. And the packaging got away from me, but you'll receive the pin cushion and the set of pins.
Right.
So we had 15 comments made.
Wow. Okay.
And random number generator. No, we had 16. Well, we had 15. We don't include the first one, but we included comments 2 through 16. So that makes it.
Okay.
So random number generator selected number 15. And the Ravelry name is PLC1. Her name is Paula, and Paula lives in Utah. Yay. Awesome. Paula, I stalked her projects page, and it looks like she loves knitting socks.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So she has, some beautiful socks, and it looks like, from what I could tell, she knits a pair of socks a month.
Wow.
Yeah, remember, I've done that like once or a couple of times.
Yeah.
It kind of gets away from you, when you.
Yeah.
I've tried that a few times, but it looks like she's got it all mastered. From what I can tell, she, Paula, I believe do you knit your socks cuff down? I think she does.
Okay.
I saw some notes, and it looks like she maybe gifts her socks too. So that's awesome.
Awesome.
So yeah, Paula, thanks for commenting. And she says in her comment she'll use the pin cushion for embroidery. That was the prompt. How would you use the pin cushion?
Right.
So she says she would use it for embroidery. So congratulations, Paula. And would you please send me a private message on Ravelry, including your full name and your shipping address, and I'll get this right out to you.
Congratulations, Paula.
Yay, Paula.
Awesome. Okay, so for week 17, our prize was generously donated by a viewer, and we've been going back and forth, but the one question I did not ask her is if she wished to remain anonymous. So for now, I won't tell you who's donating the prize, but I will tell you what the prize is. So this podcast viewer apparently lives in or near St. Louis, Missouri, and she belongs to the Greater St. Louis Knitters Guild.
Wow.
They just recently celebrated their 35 years as a guild.
Wow.
Now, there's someone in the group who has a yarn dyeing business, and it's called Victoria House Fibers. Victoria House Fibers, and I believe she's on Etsy. So Victoria House Fibers dyed up a skein of yarn in commemoration of the 35-year anniversary of the guild. And this particular podcast viewer wanted to donate a skein as a prize. So that's what the prize is for this week. And it's a beautiful skein of merino DK with nylon. And here's a picture of it.
Oh, that's pretty, and my favorite color.
Oh, and
wow.
So she's going to be shipping this out directly to the winner, along with a pattern, which is called Fall Reflection. And it was also designed by one of the members of the guild.
Well, isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice? Yes. So thank you so much for that. Let me just show a quick picture of the skein. So this again is it's a superwash merino DK, 75 merino, 25 nylon, and it's 245 yards from Victoria House Fibers. So the question prompt for this week is, if money and or time were no object, what new craft would you delve into or explore deeper? Once again, if money or time were no object, what new craft would you delve into, or what craft would you explore further?
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right, so looking forward to hearing those responses. I got a couple of messages from people saying they weren't sure how to enter for the prizes. So this is the way it works. The prizes are always drawn from the Ravelry group only. So every week there will be a dedicated thread for the particular prize of the week. And so for this week, it'll say Confidence and Hope Make-Along Prize Week 17. And you just, the prize will be listed, the question prompt will be listed, and you just respond to the question or just leave a message in that thread, and that's how you enter. Feel free to answer the question on the YouTube channel, in the comments, that's fine too. But remember, we're only picking names from that particular thread. Is that clear? Does that make sense? Okay.
Wow. Okay, well, of course, I went back and I'm checking out Victoria House Fibers already.
Yes, some beautiful stuff, right?
An awesome shop. Did you
Yeah.
see that she cranks tubes and sends you as a kit? So you get a cranked sock tube and coordinating mini skein for you to finish your socks, heel and toes.
I think I did see that. Yes.
And she has some beautiful mini skeins, kits.
Wow.
Project bags.
Here we go.
I'm shopping already.
You shopping already? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Victoria House Fibers, all one word on Etsy.
Yes, and we will link to that.
Wow. Awesome. Okay. Back to the podcast.
Back to the podcast. Hey, so what are you wearing? I've been trying to figure out what that is.
You are really trying to figure it out. You can't?
Well, I think it's can I guess?
You can.
Is it a shirt number 1?
It's a shirt number 1. But
as this dress.
But this week's prompt for 100 Acts of Sewing is embellish, right?
Right.
So I took that as a hack, a modification, a something. So I embellished a shirt number 1.
Okay. Oh my, no way.
So the only thing is I think I have too much gathering in the back.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I'm going to take it out and probably take a panel out.
Okay.
But yes, it's just, yeah. So I had to dress a shirt number 1.
My goodness, I love it.
And it is so comfortable. I took pictures before we started the podcast that I'll post later so that you can see. But it's probably just below my knee, a little shorter than I would prefer.
Okay.
But, I styled it with some high top kids.
Oh,
it looks kind of cute. It looks kind of cute.
It does.
So yeah, so that's my hack. So this is it's a Robert Kaufman cotton and linen blend.
Okay.
And it's a really nice fabric. I mean, it's got a nice weight to it. It's not too light, but not too heavy. It's just right. A little heavier than chambray, but yeah. So that's one of my embellishments for the week.
That is adorable because you've been saying you wanted a dress in that style for quite some time now.
Yes. And now that I know, I learned from my Ankara maxi skirt class another way to gather. Because see, I gathered this. It was 3 panels of 45. Okay. You know, I use panels the width of the fabric, which was 45 inches.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot of fabric and gathered here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm thinking two would have been sufficient.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But it's so cute.
It is. I like it. I'll do it again, but again, I'll do it with just 2 panels the next time.
Right. See, my sister, because she loves volume.
Does she?
She would put, what do you put under things to make it even, to make the
crinoline, or
something like
coats and stuff, huh?
Yes. Wow. I can't wait to show her the picture. That is so. I might even convince her to explore these patterns because she can, customize them.
Oh my gosh, they're so customizable, and that's another reason why we love them so much, because you can hack them. You can just take a top or take a bottom, and you can just, it's like you can just interchange the pieces.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that. I can't say enough about these patterns.
That is just absolutely adorable. I love it. Love it. Now I definitely got to try that. Cool. I'm also wearing a shirt number 2. This is the one I showed. Was it last week?
You're wearing a shirt number 1.
Yes, shirt number 1. Yep, shirt number 1. That I made out of 100% linen. I picked up from Joann's, and it's just little ladies of different colors. Got some hangers. Oh, and clothesline clips.
Yes,
that's what these are.
I just can't get over that fabric.
I can't get over it either. I can't get rid of this iron, this fold mark, but that's okay. I think I've worn it like 3 times this week already. I love it. And then I'm wearing it with those Joss pants I made from Seymour. Remember the blue Joss pants? I'm wearing those, and it's really cozy and comfy.
Just comfy.
Just comfy, loose and comfy. I'll try to get a picture before the sun sets. I can put it in the show notes. Yeah. So that's
cool.
Yeah.
So we're wearing 100 acts of sewing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's been a good month. It's been a good month of sewing.
Hasn't it? Yes. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, yes. Can't wait to show you my embellishment for the week, but we'll get to it.
Gosh.
Okay, so finished objects. Any finished objects for you this week?
Why? In knitting and crochet?
In knitting or crochet, yes.
Well, I'm going to consider it a finished object.
Okay.
With the exception of 2 tassels, which I just pulled out some yarn to make tassels.
Okay.
I finished and blocked my Just Festive shawl.
Just feel festive.
Just Feel Festive.
Yes.
So here she is in all of
Oh my goodness.
the glory.
Ah, that
She
is glorious.
she is finished.
Did you wet block her? You soaked her and all?
You know I put her in water.
Look at that. Look how it looks with your dress.
I love this. Now, of course, I put it on like I usually do shawls, but you know, I can wear it as a wrap or
Yes.
or whatever. But I love it. I love this.
It's so pretty. Wow, Othello.
Yep. So, like I said, it requires tassels on both ends, and I was going through my little mini skeins and all because I ended up using all 25 of the mini skeins since it was this last color on the end. So I said, oh, I'll find some, you know, variegated.
Right.
So I'll make the tassels and attach it, and then she'll be all ready to wear and enjoy.
Yes. Oh, that is
Can't
so
keep her
pretty.
on though. She's quite heavy.
Yeah.
That's like
That's a lot of yarn.
that's a lot of yarn. It's like 80 times 25. Was it 80 yards? Did I say 87 or 80 yards? It's a lot of yarn. Just put it that
Right.
way. It's over
Right.
12 yards. But it didn't seem like that with crochet.
Because if you did it so quickly.
I mean, I did it.
So
Yeah.
these are double crochets?
These are double crochets, yes.
Okay.
And you see how this end is, and it's just so easy. You know, of course I got off track a couple of times, but no problem.
Yeah.
Crochet, you just rip that chain back
That's right.
and pick up right where you left off. I love
Yeah.
crochet for
I'm
that.
gonna move that up in my queue for sure.
I love crochet for that.
Awesome. Very nice.
That's my finish for the week.
Okay, cool. So I have one finished object also. I finally finished my wave of change jacket. And so here it is.
That is so pretty. Is yours is pink? That's pink, right?
It says a purpley pink.
Yeah, so you and I are gonna twin on that.
Yeah.
Mine is pink too.
Yep, so I got her.
You love it?
I love it a lot. Do you want me to try it on?
Yes, please.
See if I can try it on without knocking everything down behind me. It's so cozy. All right, there we go.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it just nice?
It really is. It really is. So it's you can see where it stops, like right at the small of my back is where it stops.
Yeah.
I did one extra repeat because I know I have a long torso, so and I know that. So I just one more was perfect. And I guess I would consider these like bracelet sleeves.
Yeah,
bracelets. They don't come down all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
so you can show off your jewelries.
Show off my jewelries, yes. Yeah. So it's all done. It was so simple to do, but I don't know. I think it has a very couture type look to it. Don't you think it kind of reminds of Chanel? Or
it looks kind of Chanel-like, yes.
It does. It does. So, yeah, this is a must knit. I think everybody should be making one of these.
And it's so easy. And the pattern, Denise has a gift for writing patterns. They're so clear and concise. And there's no guesswork. Just do exactly what it says, and it turns out perfect.
Yes, that pattern is perfect. It's just expertly written, and I absolutely agree with that. So the yarn I used was this West Yorkshire Spinners Retreat, and I think I only used 6 skeins of it. I did purchase another because I was afraid I was going to run out, but I didn't even need it.
Oh, cool.
So this will probably be a Maggie's hat to match.
Oh my, wouldn't that be cute?
Yes, but maybe with
You'd
some
be,
sequin yarn in
you'd
there.
be saying something.
Yes, that's not sure what, but yes, I'll be saying something. Yep. So that was a fun make, and I was thinking because I had put it down because it was getting warm, and it's not, sometimes it's not fun working with really heavy woolly yarn when it's hot. I said, oh, I'm not going to be wearing it anytime soon, so I'll just wait until the winter. But I was like, nope, we just talked about this. This is the time to be finishing our winter knits, so they're ready to wear. So then, come winter, I can start working on some spring and summer sweaters. So
Exactly.
yeah. So that's what I'm focusing on now, finishing up these sweater whips.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So what have you been working on this week?
You know what? Well, I finished earlier in the week. I finished the Just Feel Festive shawl.
Mm-hmm.
And then I spent the rest of the week just like piddling around in the sewing room, sewing a little bit,
Right.
or organizing a little bit. So I don't have any whips that I picked back up this week for knitting or crochet.
Okay.
I don't know. Did I mention to you that I had picked up a test knit for Amba?
No.
Yeah, she selected me to test knit. I don't even know why I joined the test knit, knowing good and well what I had going on for the month. But I was like, oh, it's easy enough. Surely I can do that.
Right.
And so that's what I'm gonna have to cast on, because I think the people are already finishing their shawl. But I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe hopefully.
It's a shawl.
It's a shawl, and it's two sizes. She has a small, which is a one skein fingering weight project, and she has a two skeiner. So of course I was like, oh yeah, I can knock out a one skein. And the pattern was so simple and pretty and simple. I was like, oh, I can do that, forgetting that I had that stillness make along, this knit along.
Right.
I was like, So because I said I would, she sent me the pattern and everything, I feel obligated to cast on and make my best effort to finish it. So that's what I'll be, I guess, that's what I'll be working on next.
Okay, a one skeiner, you can knock that out. Just focus.
If I don't do anything else, I still have some sewing going on, but that's what I'm going to do. And I can talk about yarn. This is a one skein of which is the plucky base with the, I guess is it merino and linen? Is it Lodge or
Lodge? There is Lodge, and there's another one, Nifty, that's got some linen in it.
I don't think it's Nifty. Lodge was a fingering weight too, right? Lodge,
the fingering and the worsted.
Yeah, worsted. Well, that's what this is, and this is one of those speckled number ones, but base with some other colors.
That's pretty. Some purples and grays and
red, rust, and all your like jewel tone colors, sort of.
Yeah. Very pretty.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, that'll be a whip for next week.
Right, that'll be a nice summer.
It would. It would. If I get, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get going and finish that.
Okay, awesome.
What you got?
Well, I said, so just started picking up some of these sweaters that I, let languish. So I right now I'm working on the body of my Aureala sweater by Jennifer Steingas. I finished the color work and just put it down. I think I was just so glad the color work was finished.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor by working on the body. It's just straight stockinette. Yep. So that's pretty much it. The plucky knitter sweater, and the color work is Yarn Hero. Yarn Hero fingering weight. What's the name of the base?
Is it the fingering weight?
No, the DK.
Yeah, so the DK, the Yarn Hero DK is called Color Mix.
Color Mix, yes, Color Mix DK. Yep, and I love it.
So pretty.
Love it, love it, love it. So it's going to be short sleeve, but it is going to be a winter sweater. I'll be wearing like lightweight t-shirts underneath of it or not, So, yep, so I've really been enjoying just straight relaxing knitting on that.
Yeah, you're at a good point now.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Oh, and also, I finally figured out the helical knitting.
You did?
Yes. It is so wonderful.
Tell me about it.
So you basically stop short, 3 stitches short of where your other yarn is connected. So I've got 2 alternating skeins. And I wish I was at that point, but I'm not at that point to directly show you. But there it is right there. This is like, so I'm going around here. And when I get to 1, 2, 3, I'm going to skip these 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to pick up this and just start working with this yarn.
So you say you skip them. What do you slip them onto the knee?
I meant to say slip them purlwise.
Flip them purlwise
onto.
Okay, so you're knitting around.
Mm-hmm.
And do you knit up to where the yarn is?
3 stitches before where the yarn is.
Okay, so you knit up to where the 3 stitches before.
3 stitches before your new ball or your,
and then you slip
second skein.
3 stitches to your right hand needle.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's right. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you slip those 3 stitches, that means that other skein is right there on the right hand needle, ready for you to knit the 4th stitch. And so you just keep going around and around until you get the 3 stitches before the yarn you just dropped. And you slip those onto the right hand needle and you work with that yarn. Watch the Brooklyn Tweed video. And there was also another video that I watched that the 2 of them together just made it click. Okay. So I'm going to link to both of them in the show notes.
Helical.
Mm-hmm. Helical.
Helical.
Mm-hmm.
And you do that for hand dyed.
You can do it for stripes, one row stripes where you don't want to jog. Or you can do it for alternating skeins.
Alternating skeins.
Now you can always, twist your yarn and alternate that way, but then you end up sometime with that
twist.
That twist and that little, looks like a seam almost.
Mm-hmm.
This is
do it in the same place. Helical knitting, you don't do it in the same place.
Exactly. So your yarn is constantly moving back.
Moving around.
Yeah.
Moving with you.
And it truly is undetectable. There is no, and I love that because I always have an issue with that. Twisting it. And sometimes, because I'm a pretty fast knitter, I'm zooming around and I've forgotten to switch my yarn sometimes. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so that's what I've been working on. I got a couple more rows into the mystery knit along, which is now over with, but I'm still working on that. And I cast on for a new pair of socks yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I realized I needed something for on-the-go knitting. When we take our long rides to nowhere. So I cast on for this sock yesterday.
Oh, look, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? This is coloring book yarns.
Coloring book?
Coloring book yarns. I'll tell you the color next week. It's over there by the ball winder. But I think this is an unusual mix of colors for
It is. And the stripe. Yeah.
So that's the complete repeat.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
That's really pretty. It's different.
It is pretty, yeah. Yep. So I'll be working on these, and this is hanging out in my Black Pearl Magic book bag by Shayla Jones.
Yeah, your tie-dye.
Little tie-dye love hearts bag. It's just a cute little pouch. Yeah, and also I'm trying these new needles by Scassel, Addie. These Addie Rocket 2 squared.
Oh yeah.
And I like them a lot. Yeah, they're really nice. That texture is just really enjoyable. There's something about the way they feel when they're rubbing up against each other.
Yeah, I pulled them out to start that shawl.
Oh, cool. Oh, you're gonna enjoy that. What size do you have?
5.
Okay. Awesome. I was thinking about getting another pair to do my painting brick shawl with once I start that up. Yep. So yeah, this is my car knitting project.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's what I've been doing in knitting and crocheting. You will recall the crochet cowl I was working on. I put a frog that.
You did?
I haven't yet, but it's just not. I cannot figure out the increases.
Oh.
And I just don't like the way it's looking when I do the increase. So I'm gonna rip that out and either reserve that yarn for my painting bricks or find another crochet cowl. I know.
You didn't refer to our crochet guru, Jan?
Yeah, she told me to put a marker in so that I would know where the round starts. But it's not just that. It's something about the way you do the increases that I don't like.
Oh, okay.
Because it breaks up, right? Because now the stitches are like on a diagonal, the way the pattern, but then when you start putting the increases in, it just starts looking garbled. So, yeah, I'm not enjoying it. And I want to be able to enjoy my projects.
Yeah, you tried a few times, so.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not a reflection on the pattern designer. It's just, I think it's more of a reflection on my tolerance and my lack of crochet skills. So we'll see. And it would definitely look really nice in a painting brick shawl. So will not go to waste, that's for sure.
Good.
Yeah.
All righty.
Okay, so I think we can move into sewing and quilting.
Sewing and quilting. So I'm wearing one of my finishes for the week. Is my hacked shirt number 1.
And is that blue or green?
It's blue.
Okay.
It's blue. It's like a denim blue.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
And then I have another. I finished the sewing. I just have to finish it. I've hand stitched the neck and armholes, and I just have to hand stitch the hem. So I'll hopefully do that tonight.
Okay, cool. Do you have it to show?
I can go get it real quick. It's just
okay. It's downstairs or close by?
No, it's across in the other room.
Oh, okay. Ooh, this is like old times when I podcasted by myself. It's been really nice seeing all of you all's progress in for 100 Acts of Sewing Month also.
Oh
I
my
didn't know
God.
I want to get that much participation. So that's just been amazing.
Yes, and even in our confidence and hope thread, did you see this week? It was Willie Tea Time, and I think it was I'm sorry, I can't, the other person on Ravelry. They posted in the confidence and hope thread for this week. They're finished 100 acts of sewing garments. Well,
Yes.
this time she made 2 shirt number 1s, and she said it was her first time garment sewing.
Wow. And they're both
Yeah.
adorable.
Aren't they pretty? I love that
The
fabric.
one with the night moths.
Oh my gosh, isn't it pretty?
So pretty. They're both beautiful. Good job.
Yep.
Good job, Candace. Oh my goodness. So cool.
So here's my second piece. Let's see.
Ooh.
Remember, it was the hand painted. Remember, I painted
Yes.
the fabric in a fabric painting class by Katie Cortman.
Mm-hmm.
She's on Instagram, and Katie Cortman, and she also she's a fabric designer, so she has quite a few fabrics on spoon flower.
Yes.
And this started out as a full-length dress number 1. So in the class, you took whatever you wanted, you cut out your whatever garment, and then you hand painted it in class. So it was going to be a full length, but I got some spots on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I cut it more like a tunic length.
Okay.
And I made shirt number 1. No, not a shirt, but a skirt number 1 to go underneath in the same linen, natural color. And then when I had made the bias tape from the natural body, so when I went to put that in, I was going to just fold it all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
But like the natural color was peeking up, and that would have bothered. I was like, okay, we'll just put it on the, just leave some on the outside.
Right.
And it still has some, you can see where it has some of the dye or whatever. I'm okay with
love that. Yeah.
So I hand finished it that way. And I think it'll come together. It'll come together really nice with the natural skirt. And then I have some green, green Tory Burch little ballerina flats.
Yeah.
Tie it all together because this is green and blue, and I would love to do this again. We could do this on our own with that paint.
I would love to do that. That is so pretty.
Yeah, so that's what I'm considering embellishment. I embellish.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the mother of all embellishments. I mean, the fabric is embellished. And I want to know I really want to figure out how to get the bias binding to be exposed
on the outside. I think you sew it, right now we're attaching it on the outside and turning it in. Mm-hmm. I think you do the opposite. You would sew it on the inside and turn it out.
That's exactly what you do. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's it.
Right? Okay. Bravo.
Yes. Okay. So exciting.
It's like you're thinking about it, and it's like, I know this.
I know. Why do I need to make it wider to make it stick out? I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense. Okay, I got it.
That's what I believe. I'm sure. Did you look on Grace on the blog to see if she had?
I did not.
She does.
She does it all the time.
But that sounds about right to me.
I could also
You
send
would
this.
sew it. You would sew it on the inside. So let's see. With the wrong side, but you need the right side of the bias. So when you flip it over, you have the right side. Let's see. That's you flip. Let's see what you're flipping. Yeah. So the bias on the inside would face your right side of your bias tape or face the wrong side of your garment. When you turn it and flip it out, you're turning and flipping out and tucking under the right side.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at one right now, and that's, yeah, you just do it just the opposite.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. It's on and popping.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you have?
So my embellishment, again, this is week 3, 100 acts of sewing embellishments. I did another shirt number 1 in this crisp white fabric. I think I got this from IKEA. I'm almost sure I got it from IKEA.
What?
And my embellishment, wait for it.
What?
Is this eyelet lace, pleated eyelet lace I got from Joann's. Let me stand up.
Was that like a trim?
Yes.
Was that on something? That wasn't like an extension of a piece of fabric, was it?
No, this was an actual trim. You know, where all the trims are, you buy it by the yard.
Yeah.
I think it was like $4 a yard, and you.
So pull it up. Let's see, because we. Oh my gosh.
And so I attached it. So the first thing I did was I ironed the hem.
Right.
Then I attempted to attach the trim, and hem it all at the same time. But there were certain places where I didn't catch the hem, so I ended up having to do a second row of stitching.
Oh, okay.
So that worked out well, and the underside is just the unfinished edge of the lace. That's what it looks like.
Wow.
And this is slightly cropped because I didn't want it super long. So it hits me like about just at the very top of my hip.
Wow.
And it's super cute, and I absolutely love it.
It's super cute. I can tell how cute it is. I can't wait.
The bias binding is this orange, blue, and gray little flower. This also came from Joann's. This was a fat quarter.
That's so pretty.
Isn't it pretty?
It's dainty.
It is. Yeah, it is very dainty. You know how I feel about lace and ruffles and carrying on. I was inspired to do this by someone. First of all, you sent me a picture of someone who did a white linen shirt number 1.
Yes. Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking how pretty that was. And then I was looking at Grace's hack that she did of the pajama set, where she cut her dress number 1, like cropped. And I was like, that would be so cute in the top. And then I was thinking, well, this is embellishment week. What can I do? So that's how it all came together.
That is awesome.
Yep. So,
have you taken pictures yet?
Not yet. I'm going to wear it tomorrow. I don't know where we're going tomorrow. Probably nowhere. I may just go pick up some crayons or something.
Right.
But I'll be cute doing it.
Yep.
And then I finished another dress number 1. This one doesn't have any embellishments. It's just a basic dress number 1 out of that
gosh.
Beautiful fabric that we loved. I know, right?
OMG.
So I had to finish it because I made it to match my.
Oh my God.
Let me put them together. Let's see here. I don't like putting my sweaters on hangers on them, but I'll put it on here just so you can get an idea. So I had a plan.
You did. When you were showing your, I meant to ask you when you were showing your sweater, your finished sweater, I meant to ask you, okay, what dress do you have fabric already selected for the dress number 1?
Yep, so there it is.
OMG, oh my goodness.
And of course, I'm just going to wear this with some jeans or some leggings in the winter. It is sleeveless, but I have a built-in heater that turns on quite frequently, so
It'll be perfect.
I would definitely be wearing my dress number 1s all throughout the winter, either with, you know, t-shirts under them or not. I can just peel off and peel on, you know. Yep, so let's see, what else can I say about this fabric except that I absolutely love it. I did Karen's her hack for doing the bias tape.
Yes.
I didn't do any folds on the bias binding. I just trusted her, and it worked out really, really well.
You really wanted to fold it though, didn't you?
Not really. Not honestly.
I thought you enjoyed all, but you did say you were burning your fingers, but I thought you enjoyed that whole process.
I enjoyed the process only because of the best press. I like getting it nice and crunchy. So I just made sure I paid attention to my my pieces when I had fun doing these, opening up these.
Right.
And I also, I'm like Karen, I love the pinking shears, so I did use the pinking shears to cut this out.
So you cut it the traditional way. You didn't use the continuous.
No.
No. Okay.
No. I might try that again. We'll see. I don't know.
But did you mark? You marked the Oh, excuse me. My doorbell is ringing.
Okay.
Hold on. I gotta get it.
It's probably delivery.
I know.
I'll just talk about the bias binding.
Okay.
So this is what the bias binding looks like on the inside. And so I totally get what our fellow was saying. Instead of starting the bias binding on the right side of the fabric and then folding it into the wrong side, I just do the opposite. So this is what it would look like from the outside. At least that's one option for doing it. But yep, absolutely love this print. It's so vibrant, and I can wear it not just with this wavy change jacket, but with a lot of other things. Denim jacket, black jacket, black sweaters. Should definitely make a pair of black leggings to match. Yeah, so, and I talked about where I got this fabric from a couple of episodes back. So if you didn't get that and you need it, just put a message in the thread for the group and I'll make sure I'll include that so you'll know. So we'll just wait for Arthella to
I'm back.
Come back. You back?
Yes. So that was Natalie, our party planner for Dominique's baby shower.
Yes.
She was considering some cookies, so she got a sample from the baker.
Okay.
Brought those off for us to taste.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know if you know those little like flat cookies, and they're like highly decorated with all that icing. Well, my experience with those cookies, they're very pretty,
but they're not very
tasty.
They
taste good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for the price, I told my sister, I said, you want to make sure they're edible.
Yes, and tasty.
Because you want to pay, what, for decorations?
Right.
And if you're giving them as a favor, you want to give someone something that is edible, that they're not going to toss in the trash.
Exactly.
Yeah, Natalie, she dropped that off. Okay, so the bias tape.
Yeah.
I know you talked about it. We could.
You're gonna have to fold it eventually anyway. It's just a matter of when you do it. The way
now, Are you hand finishing or you still finishing on the machine?
Oh, I'm still finished on the machine.
Do you like hand stitching?
It depends. It all depends. I was gonna hand stitch something and I was gonna call you and ask you a question. What was I thinking about hand stitching? It'll come to me. It was a recent project too, and I had a question about how not to get the thread to show on the right side when you're hand stitching.
Oh.
Right.
Well, I like mine to kind of, so even though, so I did it on this one, even though I like to see the little tick marks, so you probably can't see it on here, but maybe you can. I like to see the little tick marks of the thread.
I see.
I just like that. So the other thing with that is, you know, you make really small, when you go through the outer thread, you make really, you need a thin needle. So, you know, you don't make a big hole. And then you just barely grab the threads to make it like visible.
Right.
If that's what you want to do. I enjoy that. I just enjoy that quiet, you know.
Okay. Yeah, but no, I'm still doing the machine. I love the as I become better and better with I'm just enjoying increasing my skills in just drawing, you know, sewing straight lines, because when I first started doing this, my lines weren't necessarily all that straight.
Right.
I would deviate.
It gets better. It just gets better.
Gets better and better. And I also enjoy mixing and matching the thread. So I get excited when I can, you know, because I have a lot of thread, more thread on the way. Just finding the perfect shade for your project. That's exciting to me. So
it is.
Yeah.
That is, I love that. I can see that with black boots.
Yeah.
Your dress, because you love boots.
Yeah, I do. I have a pair of fry boots I haven't worn yet.
Wow.
I can't wait to get into. So I'll be wearing those to nowhere this winter.
We need to make us a coat.
Oh, that's totally on my radar.
We need to make a coat.
We'll
just one, you know, not all buttons and all that, but just like, I want us to do that.
I'm totally thinking that if you want something like unconstructed and really, you know, to let the fabric show, I think you could take the shirt number 1 and convert it into a coat.
Yeah, you can.
Yep, just cut it open and create a facing. That would be adorable.
Even with some quarter length sleeves with your hand sweater under it, your hand sweater.
Yes. I'm thinking like a lightweight, like gold wool or boiled wool would be absolutely beautiful. So yeah, let's put that on the radar.
Yeah, we got to be on the lookout.
Yeah, that would be a fun make-along. What do you guys think about that? Making a
make-along. Yes, we need to come up with a few patterns.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I have a couple of coat patterns actually.
You do? I made, actually, I do have a jacket pattern, and somehow I ended up with 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
So I'll show those the next time. We can,
okay, cool, awesome.
It could be a giveaway, or, you know, I'm willing to part with it because I don't need 2 of them.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about that.
All right.
Looking for my coat fabric. I think I took it in a room. I had a big bag full of fabric just for coats.
Yeah, I don't have any really heavy fabric.
I recommend, if you feel up to it, taking a ride out to the Joann's in Frederick, because it's just, you've been to the Joann's in Frederick, Maryland.
No, I haven't.
It's pretty awesome. They have everything.
We didn't go there, did we? We've been to Columbia together, but I don't think we've been out to Frederick.
Right. Not
together. Okay.
So we'll just have to wait and see how things are going with the pandemic and all, what the numbers
Is that
are.
like, is that one like considered like one of the mega stores or
I
something?
think it is.
Okay.
I've never seen anything like it before. I went.
You know what else works well for coats is the upholstery, the home upholstery fabric.
I have a piece of Robert Kaufman upholstery in, because he did a collection of fabrics in that was African inspired. So the print looks as if it's mud cloth, but it's really just this heavy cotton. So I picked that up from fabric.com. They were having just this crazy sale. So I've got like 4 yards of that. It's already washed up and ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah, so absolutely the upholstery fabrics would totally work. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I'm getting excited.
That would be nice. That could be something that Jamila at Stitch with Style could help us with.
Yes.
Because she, yeah.
Yeah. That would be amazing. Okay, let's keep that on the radar for sure.
Yep.
Okay, so let's move on into Stashquisitions.
Stashquisitions. You want me to go first or you going first?
Yeah, you go first. Let me finish my orange.
Okay, so I'm still on, I don't know, I'm still on an Ankara fabric kick. So let me show you my latest acquisitions.
If I was saying, I'd be weak at the knees.
Okay, so this is the first one.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that pretty?
Wow, that is glorious.
So there's that one, and I'll show them all because that's all I have for Stashquisitions. There's this one.
Gorgeous. Did these all come from the same place?
These two did. These two from, I think my favorite spot, Mama Wati.
Okay.
No, this one's from Afritique clothing store. They're in Texas. I think I put them, I went in, had you noticed I went in and edited the show notes for last episode?
No.
Put in a picture and then like my Ankara, because you had put in Arthella's Ankara fabric. So I went in and actually put in the Etsy shops of the stores. So this one came from, these two came from Afritique clothing store. They're in Texas. Shipped really, really fast.
Wow.
This print is...
Oh, was that the one that you fell in love with over the weekend?
Yes, this is the one that Stephanie, I met in the class.
Yes.
She got this from Paradise. And guess what? 6 yards for $33, including tax. And this feels really good. It's more soft. It's not it doesn't have a lot of wax.
Wow, that is
I'm really
pretty.
forward. And this is 6 yards.
Is that going to be a skirt?
It's going to be something, a dress or something.
Arthella.
Yes.
Where's your skirt? Are you going to show your skirt do we have to go back? We have to do a backtrack. Okay, finish this and then.
Oh yes, I did finish a skirt last week, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was from one of our local shops, Paradise.
That is literally about a 5-minute drive from where I live.
It really is.
And I forget about them. Well, mainly because I'm just not going to a lot of places. I'm just trying to avoid, just being out and about unless I absolutely have to. But it's a warehousey type place. It's not posh shopping by any means. It's like you're scooting around tight corners and it's dusty and crusty. But they've got some gems in there for sure.
Yeah, well, she picked it up for me, and we did a drive-by.
Okay.
It earlier this week. I was driving up to going across the bridge to Stitch Sew Shop. I had ordered some things from them, so she
Okay.
met her on the highway, and
Oh, nice.
she wanted a pattern from there. So when I picked up my order, I said, "Hey, can Valerie answered. I said, "Hey, is it possible for you to just process order for just one pattern?" And she said, "Okay." So I went back to my car, went online, ordered the pattern, waited a few minutes, went back to the door, and picked up the pattern for Stephanie. So the last one.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. This thing, when I saw this, I was like, okay, I know no more fabrics.
Wow. So that one you got online. Look at that flower.
I know it's a huge flower too. I don't even know.
Just thinking how I want to draw that. That is so pretty.
And it's an orange flower. It's a big orange one too.
It's the orange one and a gold one. I can see it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. This I'm going to use to make, I think I'm gonna make a pair of number 1 pants. And just let them be just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't have the fabric up here with me because I cut out a shirt number 1 in a Rashida Hale Coleman fabric. It's
yes.
a Coma collection, which is like an African inspired, and it's like those little those little African combs. It's like a 3-prong. Yes, and it's orange. It matches this orange. It's orange and on a natural background. So I'm gonna be a little busy with the patterns, but I think it's totally eclectic. You see what you see. You see what you see. So that's what I'm gonna do with a couple of yards of that.
Okay. I would love to take those flowers. I could see taking, you got 6 yards, right? You could also take those, cut out those flowers as individual motifs and put them like, applique them onto like quilt squares. Just a big square would make a beautiful blanket. So, whew.
So, okay. So
those are, wow.
My stash positions for the week.
Okay. I got a couple of pieces of fabric that came in the mail also. I went on FrenchConnections.com because I was looking for one of the African baskets, but they didn't have the none that they had appealed to me. So of course I got to looking around and peeking around, and of course I found a piece of fabric that I liked. So I picked this up, and I only got 2 yards of it, and I'm kicking myself for not getting more because I think it's so pretty. So this is
my gosh. I missed where you were. Where did you say you were?
French Connections in North Carolina. The place.
Oh yeah. You were on online?
Online, yeah. Yep. So this is the print. It's apples.
That is so pretty.
Isn't that pretty? Look at those apples.
I know. Look at
them. So of course this will be a dress number 1 at some point in the tunic length. Dress number 1. And then something else that caught my eye was their Dutch Wax Club. So you get 8 fat quarters each month. And so I thought that would be fun to sign up for that. And one of the reasons I did it, besides the fact that I love fabric, is because when I was looking for fabric to make my bias binding, I realized I didn't have a lot of fat quarters. I had like 1/4 yards of fabric, like a lot of pieces that I purchased. Quilt
you don't
project.
need that much.
But there's a difference between 1/4 of a yard and a fat quarter, because you don't have it's like it's cut differently. The fat quarter is more of a square, whereas 1/4 of a yard can be more narrower. So anyways, I thought this would be a good opportunity to stock up on some fat quarters. So these are the ones that they sent for the first installment. So that's one print.
What? Are you kidding me?
Nope. That's really pretty. I love this green and navy.
So
There's
again,
another.
that's back quarter.
These are fat quarters. They're hefty fat quarters too, though.
Look at that.
Isn't that pretty? Almost too pretty to use for bias binding.
I know, but it'll make beautiful bias binding.
Makes
You can
beautiful binding. Yeah, you can always also think about making a couple of sock project bags with them. Got
you make a beautiful mask.
Yes. Yep. So, you know, it says on the package 8 fat quarters, but they sent me 10. So
What?
yeah, they
And
sent
that's
me.
a club. That's a monthly club.
It's a monthly club. Yep, it's a monthly club, and it's only $25, which I thought was a pretty good deal for the quality of these fabrics. They're absolutely beautiful.
Well, you know, I ordered the backing for my
Yes.
my quilt from them.
Yes.
It's really nice. It was washed up, and it was the what do we say? Shui shui or sui sui?
Straight sway.
Shui shui fabric. So it's highly waxed.
Mm-hmm.
But I put it in the wash really hot, and it came out so nice.
I love the way this fabric washes up, and I love the way it irons. It just irons back up so crispy and wonderful. Look at this print.
That is so pretty.
Can you imagine this will make a beautiful bias binding, or a project bag, or I don't know. So yeah. So that's French Connections, and they're located in Pittsboro, North Carolina.
Yes, and their website link is french-nc.com.
Yes.
And we met them at the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Expo.
Yes.
In Hampton. Boy, when was that? That was this year, wasn't it?
Here, yeah.
That was when?
That was February or March.
Yeah, because it was warm. We weren't wearing coats and all bundled up. We just wore sweaters, remember?
We did. They had some chilly spots, and the pandemic was actually that was just because we were on the Amtrak. And remember, every time somebody coughed, I would get irritated. Yeah. And remember, I sprayed the seats down going before we got started.
I do. But that was our last outing, wasn't it?
What's that? That was our last outing. Yes.
Wow. That was so enjoyable though, wasn't it?
It really was. Look at this one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So French Connection is
gorgeous.
I had a necklace, but I must have put it in my jewelry box already. So yeah, I'll wear it one day. Because they have jewelry, they have the African baskets, and they also have not just African fabrics, but French fabrics also, fabrics imported from France. So definitely check them out, and they're very nice people also. Okay, then I got one other piece of fabric from another Etsy shop I found. This was from Bazaar Place, Bazar Place. I know.
Is that pink?
This is pink. This is like
pretty
pink. I know.
What are you gonna make?
I don't know. Of course, I was thinking a dress number 1, but now you got me thinking some funky pants.
How much do you have?
I think I got 2. Just got 2. Just got 2 yards of this.
That is so pretty.
Yep. So this is again Bazaar Place on Etsy, and I just realized she's in Germantown, Maryland.
What?
Yeah.
Spell that link again.
ARPLACE.
Oh, Bazaar Place.
Bazaarplace.etsy.com.
Wow.
Yeah, so the beauty of buying, you know, from Etsy and not buying, because usually this Ankara print comes in like the 6 yards, like Othello was showing. But sometimes you just don't want 6 yards. Just, you know, you're just not going to use all 6. So it's good to know there are places that will break it down for you and sell it.
Yeah, and both of those first two, the red and the blue dots, those were both yardage. I just got 2 yards of each of those.
Okay, cool.
Those other two, they were 6 yards. But yeah, you get your 2 yards or 3 yards.
Just what you need.
Just
what you need. And then finally, the only other thing I got was a couple of patterns when I ran into Joann's to pick up the lace for my shirt. I picked up 3 more McCall's patterns because they were on sale for $1.99.
They were on sale?
So look at that. Isn't that adorable?
Oh,
Peplums. And this is one of them. I love these Learn to Sew for Fun patterns. They are so
that's cute.
So fun to work with. Yes, this is very cute. I love that hollow. And did I do what I think I did? Yes, I bought 2 of the same pattern.
Did you?
So I hope you like this.
How did you? You bought 2 of the same at the same time?
I did, and I'm just realizing that I just did that. Oh, I tell you.
Were you expecting to have another one?
No.
Another pattern?
No. I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, I literally looked through these this week.
Are they both the same size?
They're both the same size, 18W to 24W. So from a 40-inch bust to a 46-inch bust. So that may be too big.
Is it woven or it calls for stretch?
This calls for, it says organza, ponte, netting, or taffeta. So I guess a woven. Or maybe it depends on the piece, because ponte is a knit, right? Yes, I guess it depends on which one you're gonna make. So anyway, if you want it, let me know. Or it'll end up as a giveaway. It's a cute pattern.
That is cute. I like that bee.
I think what happens is that when I go in somewhere, I'm just so focused on getting in and out. I just want to get what I want and I want to get out. So I'm just grabbing stuff, and Lord. Anyways, that's it for me for this week.
Yeah, me too, for Stashquisition.
So last week we were supposed to cover a question from a viewer, and we totally forgot. We got carried away and forgot to address it. Someone, and I forgot her name, she asked a barrage of questions. She sent me a message. No, I think she posted it in the Ravelry group. There was a lot of questions about sewing, and so I said we'll take one of the questions. And one of the questions was, what is your favorite tool in your crafting? That's a hard question to answer when you're a multi-crafter. So the only one I could come up with, if I think about sewing, is my iron. And the reason I say that is because it just makes, when you stitch and iron, I try to open my seams, press open my seams after each and every seam, and it just makes each step so much easier to execute. I used to skip that and wonder why when I went to the machine, you know, my fabric was bunching, or I couldn't, you know, quite get straight lines. So just having a really good, reliable iron has been a lifesaver for me. And I mean, as of that's something I've discovered as of late. You know, you sew a seam, you iron it. It just makes a world of difference. Something really simple, but takes out a lot of frustration and issues that you may have when you run into when you start sewing.
Yep. So my favorite tool for sewing is the 100% wool ironing mat.
Oh yeah.
Did you get one yet?
I did not get one.
Oh my gosh, you thought you were ironing good before? When you get that wool mat and that steam hits that wool and comes up, bounces back up through your fabric, it makes the most crisp. It opens that seam just be like, it just succumbs. It just succumbs. It's like one time. Yeah,
and you're not the only one to have said that. So does yours go across the whole length of you're talking about your big ironing board or your?
No, this one is just this. You can get it in sizes, and I've been looking. I would be like, I said to Wanda the other day, I wish they had it for the entire ironing board. You know what I mean? But no, it's like a square, so you can get like a 17 by 24 or a 18 by 40 something or whatever. I think mine is maybe a 12 by 18 or 16. It's not big, but it's perfect for just seams, or you can't see. I wouldn't be able to iron an entire dress on it because it just sits on top of my cutting table.
Okay.
So, and I'm using the iron that you use. You're talking about your little
Oliso?
Oliso.
Yeah. No, well, it was my favorite iron until about a couple of weeks ago.
What'd you get then?
Well, no, I didn't get anything. I had a little boo-boo with my Oliso.
Huh?
This little portion popped off on the side.
Oh, your little button.
My little button popped off, and I can't find it.
Well, that's because I have a large one.
Right.
I have the one that you let it go and it actually
that's
pops
the one
up.
Yeah.
I have that one, but this is my favorite.
Is it your favorite?
Yes, that's the one I've been using consistently, and it's perfect for the little mat. I guess if you're on a full size ironing board, then the one you're using a full size iron.
Yeah, I'm actually using a tabletop iron. I don't pull out the big one.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just too big, just too much.
Ironing board or iron?
Ironing board. I have a tabletop ironing board, and I'm using a full size iron.
Okay.
I mean, I can still use this one; it still works. But it's just an eyesore.
That thing just gets so hot.
It's almost too hot because it's almost
really. You do have to turn it. You have to turn it off. I turn it off between sewing and ironing. I turn it off.
Okay.
But it helps if you keep that plate on the right, and keep it on the plate.
Okay.
I have actually not kept it on the plate, and I have warped like my cutting mat. So
yeah.
Now I'm in the habit, and that wool mat that I've been ironing on lately, it helps absorb that heat too. But I'm in the habit of cutting it off between the machine and the mat.
Gotcha.
So I turned Wanda on to the little travel iron, and she loves her. I was trying to think, I'm trying to remember what color she got, but also the mat. She loves the wool mat too, because she's been doing a lot of squares lately. Quilting.
So do you so then you're not using the ironing board at all? You're just using the mat.
I don't have an ironing board downstairs.
That would be okay. This is okay. I may have to get on that tonight.
Because you're not, you know, you're not ironing your clothing. You're just ironing like pieces of things.
Exactly.
So that little mat is, to me, it works. It's worked for my sewing. You know, just sewing, you know, around the neck or my squares or opening my seams with that little travel, but the mat. And again, it comes in different sizes.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna definitely look at that. And I'm gonna send them an email because I've had this for like over almost 3 years now. So I'm pretty sure it's no longer under warranty. But I will ask if they can, if it's possible, they can send me this piece.
Oh, you can't.
Again, it's probably under a my mini storage containers I have in here. So yeah, that was a bummer. And I don't even know how it popped off. It probably got too hot. It popped off.
You think?
Yeah, so we'll see. I will I'll reach out to the company this week. I'll keep you posted about that. But yeah, ironing is it's essential in sewing. And I just, it's something so simple but makes a world of difference.
Yeah, so if I would go back to knitting, my favorite knitting tool, you know, is, and I'm sure I've shown this before, is the handy tool.
Oh, nice. I do like that.
With the little crochet in, the little hook in, and then the little pointy end. And people say, oh, why? I just use a crochet hook. A crochet hook is good, but if a stitch gets away from you, you need this pointy end to pull the stitch up. And then you use your hook end to pull it back through. So I have these everywhere in my house.
Exactly.
In every room. In every room I have them. So
awesome.
Hope that answered your question. What are your favorite tools, makers? Let us know some of your
definitely
favorite tools.
Leave that in the thread for the show notes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, we'll wrap it up with a little bit of as you call it, jibber-jabber.
Jibber-jabber, yes.
Oh, where's your skirt? I'm sorry. You got to show that skirt.
My skirt. It's in the basement.
Okay, next week. I'll remind you.
Yeah, I'm like, even the picture, let's see. Do I have a picture? I don't think I have a picture of just.
Did you post to Instagram? I'm not sure if you posted to Instagram.
Yeah, remember I posted it to Instagram with Wanda and I. So here are the two of us. Because you know we both took the class.
A little closer. Oh my goodness. Yes. And that's where you developed your newfound love of gathering. You learned your new technique.
Oh my gosh. Not only did gathering changed my, you know, in the class changed my life, but I have a newfound or a found love of acrylic yarn. Well, I came into the classroom, I was like, what she's going to use this acrylic yarn for? Acrylic yarn, really? And so where we came time to gather, she started, you know, wrapping acrylic yarn to give each of us. And she showed us how to encase the acrylic yarn in zigzag stitches. So you're sewing, attaching the acrylic yarn to your, so it would be like you're doing a basting stitch to gather.
Yes.
This using the yarn, encasing it in the zigzag, so when you pull the acrylic, it does the gather. Because if you're doing like a big gather, and we were using, so the skirt took 4 yards. So we gathered the length of 4 yards.
Wow.
Because she was like, oh, you need 5 yards. And I was like, no, I don't think I want 5 yards to gather around me.
Yeah.
Because even this is this is 45, 90, this is 135 inches. That was a whole lot more. So I said, I think I'm just going to go with the 4.
Okay.
Really, I could have gone down to like 3.5 maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of volume down there.
Right.
And the on Cara Max skirt, you cinch it around your waist, so it's really, you know, you get it as tight as you can stand, and
Right.
then all those gathers just kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, out there.
Right.
So you need something strong with all that yardage to gather, and that
Right.
technique was perfect because it
Yeah.
was, you know, it was perfect.
Right.
So, you know, you just use, you know, exercise some patience because you have to sew it all, you know, you have to do all that
Right.
sewing, but it's so worth it in the end. So yeah, I asked, I said, can I have some of that yarn? She said, yeah, she had a big old skein of red heart.
You should have said, no, not until you take all the bad things you said about acrylic yarn back.
Well, I love it for this application. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
right? That's awesome. I can't wait to try it.
So I finished the skirt. The skirt is finished. Of course, I hand stitched the waistband, you know, down.
Mm-hmm.
I did serge the bottom of my skirt, and I did machine sew. You know, I hemmed the skirt by the machine.
Okay.
Too much fabric to be doing that. And I haven't attached my hook and eye yet.
Okay.
So it's all ready, and I've washed it.
Okay.
So it's all ready to go.
Ready to go. Awesome.
Ready to go. So I wish I could find I think I have in my stash a piece of olive knit.
Mm-hmm.
I would like either like a shirt number 1 just cropped,
Mm-hmm.
because the waistbands are high too.
Right.
I didn't my waistband as wide, you know, as tall as I think it called for like a 6-inch or something. Ooh. Waistband.
Okay.
I only did like maybe 3 inches or whatever, but my next one I definitely will make it tall. I can see where you can just, you know, have that waistband is up high and then have like just a crop top.
Right.
That would be perfect.
So cute. Yes.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So that's one thing you took a class at one of our new local, what did she call her establishment? It's called Stitch Style.
Stitch with Style. And I call it a sewing studio.
Sewing studio, yes.
She doesn't have any retail there.
Okay.
She teaches classes.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful.
She's awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait till I'm able to go.
The way she prompts you through doing things she's really good. Wonderful. And that skirt was a self draft. I mean, we took just a couple of measurements and we made a skirt. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. So that was last Sunday, I believe you took that class.
Yep.
I also took a class/lecture with Stephen West on shawl shapes, and how to execute the different shapes of shawls. So he went over semicircles, asymmetric, triangles, and it was a really, really good class. It was really good. It was really, really good.
Wow.
Absolutely outstanding. It was informative. It was fun. I didn't know Stephen West was that funny. He's very, very vibrant and lively, but excellent teacher. Excellent teacher. And after the class, they sent the entire transcript so I can just go back and refer to certain things he said. I took a lot of notes. What else? Oh, this transcript also includes diagrams of a lot of the things he talked about. So it was a good deal for everything you got in that class. It was really, really good. Really good. Yep.
Wow. So did you start any samples or anything like that?
No, it was just strictly talking. Strictly Talking. And it was good because you know, we all know Stephen West designs. We know he talked about the Seriously Holy. And you know, there's a formula between how many stitches you increase on one row and then how many rows you do after all those increases to make things smooth out. So it was just really good to hear that. And it was really simple, you know, at least his approach to shawl design and how he does it. Because it looks complicated, but the way he describes it was like, no, it's really not that complicated. And it was like, you know, feel free to use my numbers, feel free to do, you want to design your own, this is how you do it. Very free and open with the information. It was good. It was really, really good. And his business partner, is her name Malia from Stephen and Penelope? Is that her name?
You know, I can't recall her name.
I think her name was Malia. So she moderated the class. So they both did an excellent job. It was really, really good. And his next one is on color, how to choose color for shawls. So he's going to go over marling and fading and, you know, color combinations. So I'm looking forward to that one also.
So you're signed up for that one?
Yes.
Oh, when is that one?
That's on August 8th, I believe. 8th or 9th. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do one on marling.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, definitely check it out. You'll enjoy it. You will really enjoy it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yesterday was my first Wilder dress.
Oh yes.
Virtual class was Christine Haynes.
Yes. How was it?
It was so much fun. There was it six or eight of us. And Christine, who is not the designer of the pattern, you know, she's the designer of the Lottie dress.
Yes.
So of course I wore my Lottie dress.
Of course.
And she was like, you know, I think the other students, you know, they had been in class with her before, and she was like, but Arthella, you haven't had a class, but I know you because you made quite a few Lottie dresses. And I was like, yes, and I'm wearing one. So I talked about my fabric and everything, and she was like, oh my gosh, you got Marimekko fabric from Crate and Barrel Outlet. I was like, yes, we got this like a few years ago, and it's linen. So that was exciting. And then, so during the class, we just pretty much, we talked about the pattern. There were some, you know, like half of us had the actual paper pattern, and then there were those that had purchased the PDF. So she went over printing out the PDF and how to, you know, put that together. And then she talked about sizing, and then we talked a little bit about fabric. We each, you know, shared what fabric we were going to be using. And you know, and she recommended like a needle, what type of needle to use, you know, with your fabric. And we just kind of went over the pattern. So we have for homework, because our first sewing class is tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, okay.
And then it finishes up on Sunday afternoon.
Okay,
so,
okay.
You know, our homework is to, you know, get our pattern, you know, all cut out and get our machine ready to go. So when we come in tomorrow evening, we'll be sewing.
Awesome.
So the first piece of fabric I pulled out it's like a vole, and I only have 2 1/4 yards, so I could just do the top.
Okay.
No gathers or anything. So it's like, do I want to do the top? So then this morning I was stashed out, and I was like, oh, I have this other cotton that I could use if I wanted to do. I don't think I want a 3-tiered dress. I think I just want the 1 tier, like a 1 tier, like tunic more.
Right.
So I think that's what I'm gonna go for. And this fabric I'm using, I didn't bring it up to show it, but it's a lot of color, and the flowers are like really, really bright and everything. But I think I would like wearing it. So I think I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. Awesome, awesome. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see it. It's a beautiful dress. And here's the pattern. Because we're just jibber-jabbering. But anyway, this is the Wilder dress.
Yes. And I will make, I'll
Beautiful.
make the short sleeve. I'll probably make like elbow length sleeves, I believe, is how
Okay.
I envision
That's
it.
cute. I forgot I had this coat pattern.
Oh, look at that.
Totally forgot about this one.
That's cute.
Yeah, so that could be an option. Okay. Oh, a lot of people. I posted a picture on Instagram of a dinner I cooked this week. It was so simple. We built these chicken bowls because you know how much we love Chipotle, and I said, well, let me see if I could did this myself. I've always wanted to do it, and it was really simple. There's really no recipe, even though I started writing it out, and I'll post it to the blog. I haven't posted anything to the blog in a while, so I'll post that. So basically, I took about 20 ounces of chicken breast and put that in the Instapot.
Okay.
And I got the chicken breast from Aldi. It was already pre-seasoned, Southwestern style. So I just threw it in the Instapot. It was already seasoned. I put some extra cumin, some extra paprika, some whole garlic cloves, some yellow onion chunks, maybe some crushed red pepper. And I just let that cook for however long. Just set the timer to meat and just let it cook and do its thing. While that was cooking, I made a pot of rice, some brown rice, and I added some lime juice and some cilantro and salt to that. So there's my cilantro lime rice. And then I opened a can of pinto beans and I seasoned those with some garlic and onions. So that was another topping. And then I made a fresh salsa with tomatoes, onions, garlic. That's red onion. Lots of garlic, lots of cilantro. Another can of corn, or one can of corn. Lime juice, salt and pepper. Chop the onion up and just, mix that all up and refrigerated that and let that get happy. And that was it. That was pretty much it. So, we started with the rice, we topped it with chicken, we topped it with beans, we topped it with salsa, and we topped it with fat-free Greek yogurt. And that was it. And it was super easy and simple. Just a lot of flavor without a lot of effort.
Wow.
That was it. And you can apply that to Mediterranean. So if you like Cava or what's the other Mediterranean fast food place? You could do your Mediterranean spices or your Italian spices and make Italian bowls or Asian bowls. You can do it however you want. You can do, instead of rice, you could do pasta. If you don't want to do any carbs, you could do rice cauliflower. So it's just a ton of things you can do. But it was a hit. It was a big hit.
It sounds delicious. I had Chipotle one day this week.
I think we eat Chipotle at least once a week. It's fairly healthy, it's inexpensive, and it's quick. So, yep. So that was it for all you folks asking about it, but I did start writing it up. If you'll find that helpful, and I'll let you know when I post it. Other than that, Weight Watchers is going well. I did not do the class this week. I got a little distracted Tuesday evening. So I may try to pick up a class tomorrow morning online. Other than that, just working my way through the program and sticking with my points. And I need to be a little bit more consistent with exercise, a lot more consistent, I should say.
Yeah, I've been missing the weekly message too, or the weekly meetings.
Yeah.
But I resumed walking this week.
Ooh, yeah. It was so hot.
Oh, I had a really, 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 really good walk yesterday morning. I had to make myself go in.
Yeah.
I can see where I really have created some I've improved. I've
Good.
created some endurance because, I didn't walk at all last week because it was so hot.
Right.
But yesterday morning I woke up and I was like, I think I can go out. So I did. And I felt really, really good. And I was like, before I knew it, when I was heading back, I was like, okay, well, just head on straight back. And then before I knew it, I turned down another street. And before I knew it, I was turning, it was like my body was just able to just go. So I did almost 5 miles yesterday morning.
Goodness, wow.
Yes, I did almost 5 miles. It was like 4.57 something. I was like, what? And then when I look back, it was more than what I had done the last time I had walked the week before. So I was like, oh, wow, I think my knees are, things are feeling better, and
good.
endurance. And I try to focus on, different things. I'm looking at the clouds and just being thankful for, and it's like, before you know it, I'm up the street.
Yes.
It's like, don't look at how far you got to go. Just get out there and go.
Right.
So on my way back, I was like kind of like pacing myself and counting how many steps to take to get from one mailbox to the next. Cause I'm walking in my, in my community. So all the mailboxes, and then coming around and just focusing on something else and, listening to some, good music and really just keeping pace with the beat. Some of the beats are, slower tthan others. And I really enjoyed that walk, but it wipes me out. When I get back, you think you're going to have, I'm going to have all this energy and everything. And it's like, oh, I need a little time to recover. I need to recover from that because it takes a while for me to it seems like cool down. And then once I, get myself, but that's what I've been really focusing on. And still just, tracking. I had a little surprise loss because I don't get on the scale. I'm not even really, I'm not watching the scale like every week, at first I was getting on there like every Sunday, every this. It's like now when I think about getting on there, I get on there.
Good.
And I was like, boy, I had a surprise loss. I had lost, I had a good loss. And I was like, wow, that's, I was pleased with it.
Good. It's working. It works. The program absolutely works. It does work. And I've been thinking about alternative ways of exercise and just moving more. I had to go out and do some gardening because one of my tomato plants wasn't doing too good. So I figured out what the problem was. So I had to, lift some pots, and I had to do a bunch of bending and reaching, and it took me about 30 minutes to get all that done. And I was, picking up weeds and whatnot. And I said, you know what, let me go on Weight Watchers app and see if gardening is a thing for points.
Right.
And it is. It is.
Yeah, I bet.
Mm-hmm. It is. And there was something else. Oh, and also we went fishing last Saturday. So fishing is also in there. Because I brought a chair with me to the park we went to. So I was in and up and down that chair because I had to keep, getting up, making sure my hook wasn't twisted, and I kept jumping up, and my poor little knees were like. And then, of course, when you're casting, I'm using muscles I haven't used in Lord knows who. Probably last time I went fishing. So, I'm casting out and reeling in, and so. Of course, fishing was one of the exercises, so I logged in my fishing. So, yeah. So just thinking, exercise is not just running or walking. It's
not. It's moving.
Yeah.
Yes. And I got to figure out which one it is on my phone that prompts me. It must be my Apple Watch. I guess it realizes I've sat for so long. Does yours do that? Where it says get up and walk for a minute? Mm-hmm. So when I'm in the kitchen and I'm like, if I'll have something in the microwave, I turn it on for a minute, then I'll walk around the island for a minute, versus just standing there watching it or, I'll say, okay, well, I can run downstairs and put some clothes in the wash and then come back or, I'm trying to, fit in more, just moving. Because
It's true.
we have a pretty sedentary, and all this making is very sedentary. So we can sit for hours on end.
Yeah, that is knitting. I think knitting is sedentary, but for some reason, when I'm sewing, when I finish, I am exhausted because I'm up and down. Like I said, I make a seam. I walk over there to the ironing station to start ironing. So I'm like back and forth, and it's just I feel like I've been on an obstacle course after I've sewn.
Yeah, I can see that.
Now knitting, oh my goodness, yes, I can sit for a good 2 hours and not move, which is
Yeah,
not good.
but even with your paper crafts, with the planning, you're sitting. With your
Yes.
Procreate, you're really, you're like
Yes.
sedentary, and you're like
Yes.
focused. We sit more than we move.
We really
Our
do.
craft. Yeah, but
Yeah.
gardening is good. Yeah, gardening
Yeah.
is an activity. I knew that.
Mhm.
I'm just not out there doing that. Yeah.
Baby steps, baby steps.
Yep. So one of the things that coming around the corner is the Vogue Knitting Live virtual. It's virtual classes and workshops. There's some really awesome instructors, and that's I think they've been doing a monthly now, right? So this is August, and the dates for it is August 13th through the 16th. It's over a weekend, and the registration for classes and grabbing a ticket to the marketplace, even if you're unable to make classes. And the keynote speaker for August is Shirley Payton.
Wow.
She's a prolific knitwear designer.
Yes.
I like to say that her patterns are not for the faint at heart.
No.
But they're beautiful.
Oh.
They're beautiful. So
book must be in her room. Yeah.
Yeah, I have her book too. Where is it?
The Knitwear Design Workshop.
Yes. I think CC and Shalette gifted me that book for my birthday one year. Where is Shirley Payton's book? I can't put my hands on it, but yeah, so check that out, makers. There's I saw like some brioche classes. Of course, some crochet. I saw some crochet classes, a couple of things I thought I could be interested in. I haven't registered for anything yet, but I'm going to go back through there again and see.
Yeah.
If I can hop in a class.
Crochet classes for sure. Yeah. I was looking at Denise's No Fear sock knitting class. Every single session has sold out.
Which whose?
Denise Earth Tones girl. I think her last name is Santos. Denise, yeah, she's teaching her No Fear sock class, and all the sessions have sold out.
Oh, a sock class. I thought
yeah.
Not sock machine knitting.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Ooh.
Yeah, that is.
But that's a machine knitting class. I did see machine knitting.
Yeah, maybe that's what I did. I do. Yeah. I saw that too.
Yeah.
And she have to have a machine, huh?
Yeah.
Or if it's just an introduction to it to show you what it's all about or whatever.
Or not sure.
Huh.
Yep. So other than that, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay. All right. So we'll see you again next week. I
do have one more thing.
Okay.
So on last week's podcast, during the Stashquisition segment, I was like really, really, really excited about one of the packages that I had received. Do you remember I showed where Karen of KD Gecko Knits had sent me all this beautiful binding.
Yes.
Bias binding that she had made.
Right.
And honestly, when I looked at it, I was like, well, why did she send so much? But she had emailed me and she said, with your email, I'm going to send you bias binding.
Uh-huh.
So I just figured she sent it all to me, but honestly, to myself, I said, I'm going to share this with Trish.
Oh.
Right? So, and she had sent a note and it had ladies on it. And,
right.
Had the little, what do we call those little, the little stitch marker thing, the little progress keeper.
Yes.
Each one of those, right?
Yes.
So she sent me, she sent me a message and she says, that the bias tape was for you and Trish.
Oh my goodness.
I can, that's okay. I can send her some. And I said, well, I wondered why you sent so much. And honestly, right. I was planning to share it with her anyway.
Right.
So I just don't mean to sound selfish. I was really excited, but I just didn't say it. I wondered why she sent so much.
Right.
These two are the same. These are different.
Okay.
She sent us both bias tape. So you'll be
thank you.
You were going to get some bias tape anyway, because like I said, I was going to make sure you got some bias tape because it was more than, I'll ever use. So I just want to put it out there on the record. It wasn't a selfish, keeping it all to myself, Karen. No, she knew that. She knew that. Anyway, I just misunderstood the package. It was all in there together. So bias tape for Trish and bias tape for Arthella.
Awesome. Thank you, Karen.
Okay.
And we're talking about Karen. Karen is has become a very good knit friend of ours over the past few months. And she also has a podcast. It's called KD Gecko Knits. I think I linked to it last week. I'm going to link to it again. Very entertaining podcast. And as of recently, she's done a couple of videos on the bias tape, how to create the bias tape for your 100 Acts of Sewing patterns or other projects also.
Yeah.
So they're good. They're really good.
They're really good. They saved my life.
Yes, I told her that. I said, this is a game changer.
Yes, it is a game changer.
Mm-hmm. So, that's just a little tip. If you're working with a project, it could be knitting, crochet, or whatever, and you're just not getting a certain technique. It's not you. It's just learning how to do it that works for you.
Yeah, what works? Because there's more than one way.
Always more than one way.
More than one way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we were messaging earlier today, and she wants to, and we said we would do too, is the patchwork fabric.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'm becoming. I said, put it in timeout, move on, do something else, come back to it. It'll be there, and when you're ready for it. So, I didn't even get around. Did you do any stash diving for that?
I did.
Well, you're going to use scraps.
I'm going to use scraps. I'm also have another idea for something I'm going to do.
Do you?
Some pre-cuts that I have that I'm thinking what I can do with. So we're talking about, we want to wrap up 100 Acts of Sewing Week month with a patchwork project. Someone on a Facebook group posted a beautiful, I think it was a shirt number 1, but it was all done in patchwork. So she basically patched up in geometrical shapes, different pieces of fabric, and it was an absolutely beautiful shirt. So we were very much inspired, and we want to do the same thing. And I guess we don't have to do it before next week. We can take
I was trying to pull like fabric, well, not like fabrics, but like collections together. Because I one, and I mentioned it earlier, the Rashida Hale Coleman, the Acoma collection. As it turns out, I have maybe 5 or 6 different prints from that same collection.
Wow.
I need to add some other, patterns to it. So I don't know. Once I get through next week, when 100 Acts of Sewing July will wrap up next week.
Yeah.
Then I'll be free to think more about the patchwork,
Right.
because I love to do that.
Definitely, definitely.
Yep.
Okay, makers, we're
All
gonna
right.
sign off. Lovely spending time with you today, and we will be back next week. I will have to make some adjustments in my schedule. I'll talk to you about that off camera, Arthella, but we'll be back one day next week for sure.
Okay.
So stay well and healthy, and happy making.
Happy making.
All righty. Bye-bye.